Ron, you're back.
Mia, how's old William doing?
Grandfather's not going to last much longer. He's been waiting in his room for you.
Okay, well then, let's go.
I swear he's gone senile. He's practically dying and still insists on seeing that broke loser Ron. Who knows what kind of spell that kid put on him? Mia never should have married him in the first place!
What's the point of objecting now? Dad had already made up his mind. Could we have stopped him?
Mia? Ron?
Ron, you came back.
I'm here. Mia said you wanted to see me?
Good. Mia, Arthur, Lena, leave us. I need to speak to Ron alone.
Okay, Grandfather.
I knew it. I knew I was right, Ron. You were never an ordinary man. You are a god walking among mortals.
So that's why the whole family opposed Mia and me being together. Except for you. You recognized what I was from the start.
I've always had sharp instincts. The moment Mia brought you home, I felt it. That divine aura only a god could possess.
Grandfather, this is the man I love, Ron.
Mia, you're my favorite granddaughter. Ron has no family background, no status. He's just an ordinary man. The Rain family believes in marrying equals. Are you really sure you want this?
I'm sure. I'm marrying him no matter what.
That presence, vast and overwhelming, like a god. Could he be? Young people should follow their hearts. I won't interfere. Just make sure you've thought it through.
You specifically called me back. What is this really about?
I had someone investigate you. There was a mysterious figure in history with your exact name and face. You've lived for over 1,000 years, haven't you?
Yes. I've walked this world for over 1,000 years.
I knew it, Ron. For Mia's sake, I need you to make me a promise.
What kind of promise?
After I die, these descendants of mine won't be able to hold the family together. Sooner or later, the Rain family will collapse. For Mia's sake, I'm begging you to protect the Rain family for 5 years.
I refuse. I refuse.
For Mia's sake, I'm begging you, please agree!
Why do we need to make a vow? Mia and I love each other. We're not going to separate. If the family ever needs help, I'll do so without hesitation.
You're a god. Mia is human. You were never meant to last forever. I know Mia too well. She's never been someone who stays loyal forever. What if one day she stops loving you?
Then I'll leave on my own.
Exactly!
Fine. I'll make the vow, but you have to agree to one condition.
What condition?
You must hand full control of the Rain family over to Mia.
After I die, Mia will take complete control of the Rain family.
I hereby swear to protect the Rain family for 5 years. During those 5 years, no matter what happens between Mia and me, this promise will never change.
Wonderful. Thank you. Call Mia and the others back in. I have something to tell them.
Grandfather.
After I die, Mia will take full control of the Rain family. Do either of you have any objections?
Even if you do, keep them to yourselves. I'm not dead yet. This family still answers to me!
Mia, I'm leaving the family to you. But you must promise me one thing. From now on, you must treat Ron as family. Otherwise, I won't die in peace. The Rain family only became one of Blackstone City's 7 great families because I held it together. Once I die, these descendants won't be able to protect the family business. Sooner or later, everything will be swallowed up. Only if Mia keeps Ron by her side can the family survive, maybe even prosper. I just hope their love can last forever.
I'm dying, and you still won't grant me this one request!
Fine, grandfather. I promise.
Mia, remember what you said today. Never break your word. Otherwise, the day you do will be the day you lose everything, leaving Mia and the Rain family in your hands. Gives me peace of mind.
This is the place, the Rain family's gold mine project. Once we get inside, kill everyone you see. The boss paid a fortune to teach them a bloody lesson. Understood, we won't fail. Who the hell are you?
I'll give you one chance to live. Leave now, and I'll pretend I never saw you.
Fine. We're leaving right now. Just kidding, idiot! You're the one who's about to disappear! Go to hell! In your next life, don't mess with people you shouldn't! I gave you a chance. You chose not to take it.
Ron, where the hell are you? Lucas and Emily are back, and they specifically asked for your cooking. Get back here now.
I'm over 200 kilometers away at the gold mine. I can't make it back in time.
What could possibly be so important at the gold mine?
If you're going to slack off, at least come
Come up with a believable excuse. They only want your cooking. I'm giving you 1 hour.
You better be back by then.
Well, did Ron agree to come back?
Yeah, he'll be here with the hour.
Being able to cook for the Rain family is an honor for him. Other people would kill for that chance.
Exactly. A broken nobody marrying the Rain family's heiress should already feel lucky.
By the way, Mia, Mom and Dad said you and Ron have been sleeping separately for a long time now. Are you two having problems?
Nothing major. I just regret it. Back then, I only cared about his face and forgot to look at his family background. In the end, I married a completely useless ordinary man.
Mia, you were too young back then. You got fooled by that handsome face. Otherwise, how could the Reina family's heiress marry someone like him?
Exactly. After grandfather passed away, you made the family thrive. You're basically Blackstone City's business queen now. Doesn't deserve you at all.
Enough about that. Weren't you two living in big cities? Why'd you suddenly come back?
Emily and I lost everything investing in New York and Los Angeles. We came back hoping to help you manage the business.
Mia, you don't mind us staying, right?
What are you talking about? I've always kept your shares of grandfather's inheritance. Since you want to stay, I'll give part of the business to you two to manage.
Really? That's amazing, Mia!
Oh, right, Mia, do you remember Edward?
Edward from the Carter family? The one who grew up with us?
That's him. He used to like you back then. Then he went to college in Chicago and lost contact with you.
Mia, that's the kind of man who actually deserves you. Good family, educated, handsome. You should just divorce Ron and get together with Edward. I'm already married.
Married people can still get divorced.
Exactly. Even if you don't divorce him, there's nothing wrong with having a lover. Don't tell me you don't feel anything for Edward anymore.
Mia, I'm back.
Exactly 1 hour. Not a minute early, not a minute late.
Lucas, Emily, welcome back. You must be hungry. I'll head to the kitchen and start cooking. No need. We decided to eat out instead.
Exactly. No matter how good your cooking is, it can't compare to a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Mia, you made me rush back just to humiliate me?
What? You're upset just because we called you back?
Mia was just testing you. And you actually dare have an attitude? Aren't you supposed to be her husband? I'm her husband, not your family's servant.
We wanted your food earlier. Now we changed our minds. Is that problem? You're ruining the mood. Let's go.
Then wait for me. I'll go change.
Who said you're coming? I'm going out with Lucas and Emily. You stay home.
Fine. Have fun.
If you can't handle it, then divorce me.
Seven more days. Once those 7 days are over, if you still want a divorce, I'll agree immediately and disappear from your world forever.
Mia, don't you think you went a little too far just now? Aren't you worried Ron might actually leave? Leave? He won't. I've brought up divorce several times this past year, and he never even dared respond.
What are you even worried about? He's just an ordinary man. After the divorce, where's he going to find another wife like Mia? Rich, beautiful, living in a mansion, driving luxury cars. You couldn't force him to leave.
He'd gladly stay by Mia's side like a dog.
True. You probably couldn't chase him away even if you tried. No wonder everyone looks down on him.
Ron has wandered the mortal world for 1,000 years. I intend to summon him back to Asgard and grant him a divine title. What do you all think?
Father, I object. Nothing but a demigod with mortal blood in his veins. Asgard has no need for a god like him. Besides, there are no vacant divine seats left.
Loki! Ron's father's son. He's our brother! How dare you look down on him because of his bloodline!
He's wandered the mortal world for 1,000 years. It's time for him to come home.
If there's no vacancy, then we create a new seat for him. Like Thor, he commands thunder and storm. From this day forward, he shall be Asgard's god of tempest! Freya.
Freya, you are one of Asgard's 12 true gods, pure and unmarried to this day. I hereby grant you in marriage to Ron.
The two of you shall become husband and wife.
As you command, All Father.
Hi.
Hi.
Lucas and Emily have banked for a while now, and we still haven't celebrated properly. Let's hold a family banquet tonight.
Great idea!
I'm fine with that.
Where's Ron? Weren't all the family banquets always handled by him before?
I'm upstairs. There are butlers and servants in the house. Let them handle it. I have other things to do.
Ridiculous. You don't even have a real job. You spend your days working part-time at a library, and everything you eat, drink, and use comes from the Rain family. What important business could you possibly have?
Exactly. You've always prepared the banquets before. We don't trust anyone else to do it.
If I tell you to do it, Then do it.
This is the only role you're useful for in this family.
I am ordering you.
Fine, I'll do it. The banquet's ready. I won't be joining you. I still have things to do upstairs. Mia, from now on, leave this kind of thing to the butlers and servants. I'm your husband, not the Rain family's servant, and I won't stay here forever.
Mia, what did he mean by that? Is he actually thinking about divorcing you and leaving the Rain family?
Ignore him. He's never leaving. He's just a useless, ordinary man. Without the Rain family, he wouldn't even be able to feed himself.
Exactly. He's basically Mia's pet dog. You couldn't chase him away if you tried.
Forget about him. Let's drink.
Maybe it's like she said.
Something came up just now. Go on.
Brother, great news! Father has already given the order. In 3 days, you'll return to Asgard, ascend as the god of Tempest.
And marry Freya.
Goddess of beauty!
3 days from now, that's exactly when my agreement with William expires.
A wife? Thor, I told you before. I already have a wife in the mortal world. She's just a mortal. She's nowhere near worthy of an Asgardian prince who's about to become a god.
Mia, any progress with the Carter family partnership?
No. The Carter family is the #1 family in Blackstone City. Their business spans real estate, finance, oil and gas. Our family only deals in mining.
We're nowhere near their level. A partnership won't be easy.
You have to secure this deal. Every family in the city is fighting for a chance to work with the Carters. Whoever lands it won't just expand their business overnight. Their status in Blackstone City will skyrocket too.
Exactly. Your grandfather left this family in your hands. You can't let it decline under your watch. No matter what, this partnership has to happen.
Mom, Dad, don't worry. I'll figure something out.
Wait, didn't you and Edward grow up together? He used to like you too, and he's part of the Carter family. Why not ask him for help?
That's right. Give him a call. This might actually work.
Edward was asking me about you not long ago. Mia, why not invite him over for the banquet and ask him in person?
That's a great idea. If he's willing to come, with your history together, there's no way he'd refuse such a small favor.
Exactly. That's what we'll do.
All right. I'll try.
Ron, I heard things between you and your mortal wife have already fallen apart. You're practically headed for divorce. Freya is one of Asgard's 12 chief gods, the goddess of beauty herself.
You seriously won't reconsider? Until this marriage officially ends, I won't start another relationship.
Then what about ascending to godhood? You've spent 1,000 years in the mortal world as a demigod. Don't tell me you're going to give up your chance to return to Asgard and become a true god. All for a mortal woman?
She doesn't love me anymore. There's no point in me staying here. I'm willing to return to Asgard and ascend, but it has to be 3 days from now.
Why 3 days?
Because of a promise.
Ha! Perfect timing! Father already decided that Heimdall will open the Rainbow Bridge in 3 days to bring you back.
Take care of yourself, little brother. See you in 3 days. See ya. Marcus, it's been a long time.
Ron? The last time I saw you was 50 years ago. I never imagined you'd personally call me.
Marcus, I need a favor. Mia, it's been a long time. These are for you.
Thank you, Edward. I love them.
I'm glad you do.
Edward, welcome to the Rayner family estate.
Please. Mia, I heard you've been married for years now. How come I haven't seen your husband?
Who cares about that loser? God knows where he's off slacking right now. Forget about him.
Exactly. Edward and Mia haven't seen each other in years. Let's give them some time alone. We'll go check on the banquet preparations.
Edward, besides catching up, there's actually something I wanted to ask you.
Mia, whatever it is, just say the word. If I can help, I will.
I heard the Carter family is looking for business partners. Your grandfather is the family head. Could you talk to him for me? I want the Rhine family to secure this partnership.
It's true, my grandfather is the family head. But there are dozens of third-generation descendants of the Carter family. I barely matter to him. There's no way I have influence over something this important. But I can embarrass myself in front of Mia.
If it were anyone else asking, I wouldn't bother. But for you, Mia, I have to help. I'll call my grandfather right now.
Grandfather, I need to ask you for a favor.
What is it? Edward, you rarely call me.
I heard the family is looking for business partners. What do you think about the Rain family?
Edward, I don't know who put you up to this, but stay out of it. The decision's already been made.
Already been decided? That's right. The partnership has already been awarded to the Rain family. This concerns a very important person. Someone who once did our Carter family a tremendous favor. He personally requested that we hand the deal to the Rains. We owe him that respect.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
Nothing went wrong. It's done. My grandfather agreed. The Carter partnership is yours.
Really? What happened? Did it work? It worked. Edward convinced his grandfather. The Carter family partnership's ours.
Really? This is huge for our family.
Mia, Edward just did us a massive favor. Better thank him properly.
Exactly. You definitely owe him a few drinks tonight. Of course.
If I tell them this had nothing to do with me, the image Mia has of me will completely collapse. Forget it. No one knows who that important person is anyway. I'll just take the credit. Mia, everything I've done, I did for you. My feelings for you have never changed. I've heard things between you and your husband haven't been good these past few years. Mia, divorce him. The moment you do, I'll propose to you immediately.
Mia, I think Edward's right.
Exactly. Edward's family background, education, and ability, all 100 times better than that useless Ron.
Maybe you should seriously think about it.
That loser Ron has never been worthy of you.
Mia. Did no one ever teach you to stay away from another man's wife?
Do you even know who I am? You worthless piece of trash! How dare you touch me!
Let him go!
If anything happens to him, our entire family is finished!
Edward is way out of your league! Have you lost your mind?
Ron, I want you to apologize to Edward right now.
Mia, you want me to apologize to him?
Edward is my childhood friend, and he just helped our family secure the Carter partnership. Even if he crossed a line, it's understandable. You almost killed him. Shouldn't you apologize?
I waited for you for 2 hours today to take you to discuss the partnership. You ignored my calls and messages. Turns out you were here entertaining him this whole time without even telling me. Then I come home and see him holding your hand, talking about proposing to you, and you're telling me this is all a misunderstanding?
Ron, believe whatever you want, but today you are apologizing to Edward.
Fine, I'll apologize. I'm sorry. Apology accepted. Ron, you're just some broken nobody. If you hadn't tricked Mia with sweet talk back then, she never would have married you. Your wife is beautiful. Too bad she doesn't love you anymore. If you're smart, divorce her now. Otherwise, sooner or later, she'll become my woman.
Ron, perfect timing. Edward helped us so much today, so we're going to properly entertain him. Go to the kitchen and start preparing dinner.
Why are you looking at me? Mom told you to go, so go.
Fine. I'll do it.
Mia, she's really your husband? Shouldn't preparing banquets be the butler's and servant's job?
He's always handled the family banquets.
He's useless at most things, but he's actually pretty good at cooking and organizing events.
Edward, you absolutely have to try his cooking tonight. His skills are better than some Michelin chefs.
They're right. Cooking and preparing banquets has always been Ron's responsibility in this house.
Really? Then I'm definitely looking forward to trying it.
Did you sign the partnership agreement with the Carter family?
I did. I thought the process would take forever. But the moment I mentioned the Rain family, Mr. Marcus personally came out to greet me and signed the contract on the spot.
Good. As long as the contract's signed, let's go.
We're here.
Thank you. Ron, I know you've always treated me well, but I hope you can fix your attitude towards Edward.
So you think I'm the problem?
Otherwise what? If Edward hadn't helped this time, there's no way the partnership with the Carter family would have gone this smoothly.
Mia, have you ever thought about this? Edward is just an ordinary third-generation member of the Carter family. How could he possibly influence Marcus Carter's decision?
It is a little strange. Maybe Marcus started taking him seriously after he came back. Ron, I know you're hostile towards Edward because of me, but what happened that day was just a misunderstanding. There's no need to slander him in front of me.
I'm not slandering him. I'm telling the truth. Mia, if I told you the Carter family agreed to work with the Rains entirely because of me, would you believe me?
Because of you. Ron, I never imagined you could be shameless enough to say something like that.
I know you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
So what, you're saying Edward lied to me? Do you really think I, the head of the Rain family, the business queen of Blackstone City, could be fooled that easily? If I were, would Grandfather have entrusted the family to me? Would the family have grown stronger and stronger over the last 5 years?
Mia, there's no love left between us. Sooner or later, we'll get divorced. There are some things you deserve to know.
If you really wanted divorce, you would have done it already. Stop playing games and pretending to walk away. What exactly do you have to say?
The reason the Rain family has prospered and grown stronger over the last 5 years is because before he died, he begged me to make a promise to secretly protect the Rain family and keep them safe for 5 years.
So what you're saying is that Grandfather gave me the Rain family because of you, not because of my ability? That the family's success over the past 5 years was because of you, not because I'm capable? That without you, the Rain family would have been destroyed long ago?
That's right. All of it is because of me.
Ron, I think your jealousy of Edward has finally driven you insane.
Well, did you get the contract signed?
This affects the future of the whole family. Nothing can go wrong.
It's signed. What's wrong? Why are you so angry?
What else could it be? Ron must have upset her.
You've got some nerve! How dare you upset Mia? You should get divorced!
Go prepare the banquet immediately. Once Lucas and Emily get back, we'll celebrate properly. Maybe then Mia will forgive you.
I've said it before. I'm not the Rain family's servant. What if I refuse to prepare the banquet today?
Ron, you've gotten bold, haven't you? Talking back now, are we?
The only thing you're useful for in this house is cooking and organizing banquets. If you can't even do that, why are you even here?
Mum, Dad, don't bother. On the drive over, he was saying the partnership with the Carter family, Grandfather giving me the family, and everything the family has achieved over the last 5 years was all because of him.
He's fucking nuts!
No wonder Mia's upset.
Ron, don't say we never gave you a chance. Apologize to Mia right now, then go prepare the banquet and have it ready within an hour. Otherwise, first thing tomorrow morning, you and me are getting divorced. Then take your things, get out of the Rain family, and never come back.
For all these years, you've eaten our food and lived under our roof. Everything you have came from the Rhine family. We didn't keep you around so you could upset Mia.
Let me get this straight. You want me to apologize just for the chance to stay with the Rice family and remain as your servant?
Wouldn't you?
Mia, what do you think?
You caused this. You're jealous of Edward, you're arrogant, and you've upset me and my parents. If you don't apologize, we're getting divorced tomorrow.
Fine. Then let's get divorced.
Ron, are you crazy? You really want to divorce Mia?
Don't think saying divorce makes this go away.
Ron, what did you just say?
I said to get divorced. Isn't that what you've wanted all along? Tomorrow morning, we'll go to court and make it official.
Today is the last day of the 5-year promise. Getting divorced tomorrow won't break the vow I made to old Williams. Heimdall should already have the Rainbow Bridge prepared. Tomorrow I'll leave for Asgard. From that moment on, Mia and I will never see each other again.
Wasn't he the one who refused to get divorced no matter what? Why is he suddenly agreeing now?
Do you think he's trying to use this to force Mia to back down?
That's it. He's using divorce to pressure us and Mia into giving in.
Absolutely. That penniless loser wouldn't survive without Mia. He wouldn't even be able to afford a meal.
If he wants a divorce, then he can have one. I'm not backing down.
Exactly. Once she's rid of that loser, Mia can finally be with Edward.
When you put it that way, this is actually good news.
Mom, Dad, didn't you call and say Mia finalized the partnership with the Carter family and we were celebrating with a banquet? Why isn't anything ready?
Exactly. There's nothing prepared. Didn't you have Ron start on it already?
Ron just got into a fight with Mia. Now he's saying they're getting divorced tomorrow.
Divorce? That loser actually has the nerve to ask Mia for a divorce?
I'll prepare the banquet. Consider it one last dinner before I leave.
See? I told you, there's no way he'd actually go through with divorcing Mia.
Exactly. He's just trying to save face. In the end, he still went to prepare the banquet.
He never intended to get divorced.
Maybe Edward's proposal really got under his skin. He brought up divorce on purpose because he wanted Mia to care about him more.
Too bad. A man with no career will never compare to someone like Edward, who comes from a powerful family.
Mia, maybe you should give him another chance?
We'll see how he behaves.
Mom, Dad, Mia, while Emily and I were sorting through grandfather's belongings, we found a couple of interesting things.
What things? Valuable antiques?
Yeah! If they're antiques, we could make a fortune!
Not exactly. Emily has them.
It's grandfather's journal. It's in his handwriting. Most of it is about his travels searching for the ruins of ancient gods when he was younger.
Ruins of the gods.
Do gods really exist?
Exactly. Aren't gods just myths invented by ignorant people in ancient times?
I think they might. Grandfather wrote that he had a special ability to sense divine beings. He never actually met one, but he found a lot of evidence that gods once existed. He even wrote about a demigod who walks among mortals and has lived for over 1,000 years.
Over 1,000 years? Someone can really live that long?
Didn't Emily just say he's a demigod?
But if gods really exist, why did Grandfather never tell us any of this?
Grandfather must have written something important about the gods here. I wonder why he burned this whole page.
Oh, right. We found this too.
It's probably connected to the gods he was searching for. Look, the man in the booking looks exactly like Ron.
What? Exactly like Ron?
It really is exactly the same.
Do you think Ron might actually be that god?
Emily, are you kidding?
Yeah, how could Ron possibly be a god?
Exactly. Looking at him, how could he be a god?
If he were a god, Mia would have divorced him a long time ago.
You all eat slowly. I'm full.
What, he gets angry just because we said a couple of things about him?
Exactly. He's not a god to begin with. We weren't wrong.
Never mind him. Let's just eat.
Heimdall, how's it going? Is the Rainbow Bridge ready? No problem. It's ready to activate.
Then activate it! I can't wait to meet our new god brother!
It's late. What is it? It's late. What is it?
Ron, my stomach hurts.
Come in.
Before, whenever my stomach hurt, you'd rub it a couple of times and I'd get better. I've had this problem for over 10 years. I've been to countless hospitals and they couldn't find the cause. I could only tough it out with painkillers. You're the only one who has a solution. It suddenly flared up again today, so I had no choice but to come to you.
Lie down on the bed.
Mia inherited Rayner's disease from the Rain family. Whenever she's exhausted or stressed, she gets severe abdominal pain. Ordinary medicine is useless. For the last 5 years, I've been quietly using divine power to strengthen her body. Ever since we started sleeping separately, I haven't been able to help her regularly, and the symptoms returned.
This will be the last time I help her.
This is an ancient remedy I discovered while traveling through Northern Europe.
Boil dragon's blood herb, St. John's with, Comrie, Calvanella, and Yerup together.
Apply the warm mixture to your lower abdomen for an hour before bed every night. It should stabilize your condition and reduce the flare-ups.
Ron, don't think this is going to win me over. Unless you apologize right now, I'm never forgiving you.
Does it still hurt?
No.
It's late. If the pain is gone, go get some rest.
Fine. Leave then. I gave you a chance to apologize and you refused. Don't regret it later.
Edward, why are you calling so late?
Mia, come to the window.
Edward, what are you doing here this late?
Don't ask. Just come down. I've got a surprise for you.
I need to go out for a minute. Edward, what's going on?
Mia, I love you. Lucas told me you're divorcing your husband, so I came here immediately. Once you leave that loser, I want you to marry me.
Edward, I really like the flowers, but you should take the ring back. It looks expensive, and I'm not even divorced yet. More importantly, I'm not thinking about remarriage.
Mia, have you lost your mind? Why would you choose that loser Ron over me?
Edward, I hope you'll watch your attitude. I appreciate everything you did for me with the Carter family deal, but who I choose to be with is my decision.
Mia, you misunderstand.
That's enough. It's late. You should go home. I'm going to bed.
Mia!
Ron? He obviously still can't let me go, yet he keeps pretending he doesn't care. Let's see how long he can keep up the act.
Mom, what's going on? What else? He's making breakfast for you. Yesterday, he was talking about a last supper. And now, first thing in the morning, he's back to making breakfast for you like always.
Exactly. He clearly can't live without Mia.
Edward was right. Ron's pathetic. A grown man spending all day doing housework and servants' jobs. What kind of man is that?
Honestly, I kind of feel bad for him. Mia, maybe you should give him a chance later.
We'll see how he behaves.
Ron! I'm hungry!
Then make yourself something. It's not like you don't have hands.
Ron, How dare you talk to Mia like that? The two of you are finished.
We were just thinking you behaved well last night and we're going to put in a good word with Mia so she might forgive you. But if you keep acting like this, you and Mia are truly finished. This divorce is happening.
Oh, you used to make breakfast for everyone. Today you only made your own. You clearly don't respect Mia or any of us.
Exactly. You've gone too far, Ron. Mia won't forgive you.
I used to be willing to do it. Now I'm not. Is that a problem? I already said last night was the last time. From now on, do these things yourselves.
Did he suddenly change his attitude because Edward proposed to me last night? But he was clearly still worried about me last night.
Ron, nothing happened between me and Edward. I already rejected his proposal last night.
That has nothing to do with me. I'm finished. It's about time. Let's go to court and get divorced.
Divorce?
Ron, how dare you ask Mia for a divorce first?
Ron, our family has already given you more than enough respect. How long are you going to keep making a scene?
Mia already gave you a way out.
And you still don't know how to take it?
Ron, hurry up and apologize to Mia. Maybe there's still room to fix this.
You still think I'm making a scene?
Ron, I had already decided to forgive you.
But now you've truly pissed me off!
If there's no love left, why keep wasting each other's time? Isn't it better to part peacefully?
Ron, what exactly do you want?
You were the ones who brought up divorce first. I'm just doing what you wanted. I'll wait outside.
Fine, divorce him! Our Mia is beautiful! She controls the Rain family, and she's the business queen of Blackstone City. After the divorce, men will be lining up for her all the way to New York!
Exactly. This divorce has to happen. If Mia hadn't been fooled by his sweet talk back then, how could she have married a broke loser like him?
Exactly. Once she's divorced, she can be with Edward. Edward is 100 times better than him.
Fine. I'd like to see if he really dares divorce me today.
Ron, before I go inside, I'll give you one last chance. Apologize to me, and I can let everything before this go.
Let's go. Don't keep the judge waiting.
Fine. Ron, whoever backs out of this divorce today is a coward.
Have you both made up your minds to divorce?
We have. Please proceed.
Do as he says. Proceed.
Do the two of you have any marital property that needs to be divided?
I don't want anything. I'll leave with nothing.
Mr. Ron, are you sure? Based on the documents you provided, Miss Mia's financial position is clearly much stronger than yours. You can apply for division of marital assets and request compensation from her.
I don't want any of it. I waive all rights to division of property.
This is your divorce judgment. Once I sign it, it will officially take effect. Before I sign, you both still have the chance to change your minds. I'll ask one last time. Are you sure you want a divorce?
Your Honor, please sign it.
Fine, Ron. I hope you don't come begging me to forgive you after the divorce.
Your Honor, sign it.
From this moment on, your marriage is officially dissolved.
Ron, if you dare walk away, don't expect me to forgive you in this lifetime!
I knew it. He regrets it after all.
Before I leave, I forgot to give you the car key.
Ron, you bastard!
Where did he go? How did he disappear so quickly?
What's going on? It was fine just now. Why is it suddenly thundering and raining?
Mia, why are you soaked?
Put this on. Don't catch a cold.
Why did you come back alone? Where is Ron? You're completely drowned. Why didn't he come with you? Before, if you got even a little rain on you, he'd be the first one rushing over with an umbrella.
He really divorced you?
He did.
How dare he? He actually divorced you! Don't give him a single cent of the family's money!
He gave up all property voluntarily. He didn't take a penny from our family.
What? He left with nothing?
Didn't he marry Mia for our family's money in the first place? How could he not want a single cent?
He's definitely playing hard to get. He wants Mia to regret it.
Mia, you don't look well. Do you still have feelings for him? Are you reluctant to let him go?
I stopped loving him a long time ago. I'm just not used to being divorced so suddenly. Mom, Dad, I'm not in a good mood. I'm going upstairs.
Mom, Dad, Emily. Isn't divorcing Ron a good thing? Why does Mia seem so upset? I was going to tell Edward the good news so he could openly pursue her.
Maybe it's like she said. She just isn't used to being newly divorced.
Exactly. If Mia really had feelings for him, she wouldn't have been so cold to him before.
I actually think Mia can't bear to let Ron go.
Forget it. Even if she's a little reluctant now, she'll get used to it eventually. Divorcing that useless Ron is good for her.
A useless man with no ability and no background.
Divorcing him is actually a good thing.
What does Ron have that can compare to Edward? Divorcing him is Mia's liberation.
Since Mia is divorced now, notify Edward and let him spend more time with her.
If Edward can win Mia over, the Carter family and the Rhine family joining together would be a tremendous blessing for us.
Mom, Dad, leave this to me. I'll call Edward.
Good. I'll leave it to you then.
Don't worry. I'll handle it.
Ron, you used to take such good care of me. You made me get used to everything you did. And then you walked away without looking back.
You want me to regret how I treated you, don't you? I'm telling you now, dream on! I will never regret it!
Mia, we prepared all this for you. What do you think?
What is going on?
It was Edward's idea. He said you used to love throwing parties, but after you got married, you barely did anymore. Now that you're divorced, of course, we should throw you a singles party to celebrate. Congratulations on being single again.
So, Mia, do you like the party?
Mia, congratulations on being single again!
Divorcing that useless Ron is perfect. Look, you still have someone far better waiting for you. Edward!
Who invited him? Nobody invited him. He heard you got divorced and came over on his own. He even suggested throwing a party to cheer you up.
So that's what happened.
What's wrong? You're divorced now.
Aren't you happy to see Edward? I'm not happy at all.
Good luck. Mia, may I have this dance?
I'm sorry, Edward. I can't dance with you.
Why? You're already divorced from that loser. Are you still thinking about him?
Edward, thank you for throwing this party for me, but I'm not in a good mood right now. I don't want to dance.
Why are you in a bad mood? Isn't it because of that loser?
I told you Ron was nothing but trouble. You're already divorced, and he's still making you unhappy. Good thing I threw out everything related to him from the house and your room today. Otherwise, those things would keep affecting you.
Things? What things?
Just some old cups you used, some worn-out books, and a piece of paper by your bedside. The handwriting was messy. It looked like some herbal prescription. I thought it was useless trash, so I burned it with the rest.
How could you burn it?
What's wrong with you? It was just a piece of paper. Why are you reacting like this?
Ron left that for me. I've had the Rain family's hereditary Rainian's disease since I was little. Hospitals couldn't cure it after more than 10 years. Only Ron could ease the pain. That prescription was something he left especially for me. It could stabilize my condition.
Mia, don't panic. Ron likes you so much. He definitely won't bear to see you suffer. Just call him and ask him to write another one. Before, as long as you asked, he'd do anything for you.
Exactly. He cares about you so much, there's no way he'd ignore you.
This time is different. We're already divorced.
So what if you're divorced? He can't survive without you. Call him and I guarantee he'll come running back.
Number you dialed is not in service at this time.
Ron cancelled his phone number. What? How dare he cancel his number?
The number you dialed is not in service at this time.
He even cancelled his phone number? Is he really planning to cut Mia off completely?
Mia! Mia, what's wrong?
My Raymond's disease is acting up. My stomach hurts so much.
Get her to the hospital!
Mia, you're awake! How do you feel? I'm fine now. What did the doctor say?
The doctor said you need to avoid overworking yourself and keep your emotions stable. Then the Rayner's disease won't flare up again.
Oh, Edward had something to deal with at home, so he left first.
Any news about Ron?
We sent people to look for him, but it's like he vanished into thin air. There's no trace of him anywhere.
That's right. We searched everywhere we could think of, but we still couldn't find him.
Mia, do you know if Ron has any family, friends, or a work address?
No. Ron has no family. After he married me, he didn't have any other friends besides me. His whole life revolved around me. I think he worked as a library assistant at some university, but I never asked which one.
You were married for all these years, and you don't even know where he worked?
He was always the one who cared about me. I never cared about him. Mia, is it possible Ron is no longer in this world?
No longer in this world? What do you mean?
Ever since I read Grandfather's journal, I've been researching the god who walked among mortals. And I actually found something incredible.
What did you find?
I went to the library and checked medieval Western history and even earlier records. There has always been an immortal young god moving through the mortal world. Every time he appears and disappears, he has the same young face.
So everything in Grandfather's journal was true?
It was true. In historical records, some people called a god walking among mortals. Others, he carried the bloodline of the gods and called him the son of God.
Emily, what century are we living in? You still believe this stuff?
Exactly. Gods are just stories made up by ignorant people in the past.
Mom, Dad, I'm telling the truth. Even if Grandfather's journal was wrong, could all these historical records be wrong too?
Emily, even if what you're saying is true, what does that have to do with Ron disappearing?
Mia, look at this.
Does the head of this stone Baustium look exactly like Ron?
I found this in the records. It's a primitive idol worshipped by locals in a small Nordic country. It looks exactly like Ron.
Maybe it's just a coincidence. It doesn't prove anything.
One photo could be a coincidence. But what about all of these? I found them in records of divine ruins from all over the world. They all look like Ron. Is that also a coincidence?
Now that you mention it, these gods really do look a bit like Ron.
They do look similar, but that still doesn't prove anything. Plenty of people in the world look alike. Maybe Ron just happens to resemble some ancient man people worship as a god.
Emily, what exactly are you trying to say? Mia, don't panic. I don't think this is a coincidence.
Emily, aren't you overthinking this? Don't tell me you think Ron is actually a god?
That's exactly what I think. If one or two similarities could be coincidence, this many similarities across so many places means only one thing. Ron is that god.
What? Ron is a god? No. That's impossible. How could Ron be a god?
Exactly. How could gods possibly exist?
If he were a god, why would he have stayed in our family for so many years, serving Mia and all of us without complaint like some servant?
Emily, have you lost your mind? Now you're talking about gods?
I think Ron really messed with your head. You're starting to imagine things.
Exactly. I was married to him for years. If he were a god, how could I not know?
In myths, gods are supreme beings with incredible power and endless lifespans. The gap between gods and mortals is even greater than the gap between Mia and Ron. If he really were a god, why he'd marry Mia? Don't tell me it was because of love.
I know it sounds unbelievable, but this is the conclusion I reached. If Ron really is that god, then his disappearance after the divorce makes sense. He may have already left this world and gone to the realm of the gods.
So you're saying I divorced a god?
Impossible! That's absolutely impossible! These are only deductions I made based on grandfather's journal and the records I found. As for whether gods really exist, I'm not certain either.
Enough of this god nonsense. There are no gods in this world. Who has ever seen one?
Mom, Dad, Lucas, Emily. I'm fine now. You should all leave. I want to be alone for a while.
Fine. Get some rest. We'll leave first.
Ron, are you really planning to leave completely so I can never find you again?
No. I have to find you. I need to ask you everything face to face. Excuse me, does Ron work here? He's a library assistant.
Sorry, I don't know him.
I've searched every university in Blackstone City. Allison University is the last one. I still can't find you. Ron, where did you go?
Hello. Are you looking for Ron?
You know Ron? Who are you?
I'm Aurora, the librarian at Allison University.
Ron was my assistant.
Then you must know where he is. I've been looking for him for so long. Please, take me to him.
I'm sorry, I don't know where he is either. He hasn't come to work in a while. Before he left, he mentioned resigning and said he might be leaving this place. May I ask who you are?
I'm his wife. His ex-wife, Mia Ryan.
Ron is a truly exceptional and knowledgeable man. He worked here for 7 years, but I never once saw you.
I didn't even know he was married. Mia, it seems you lost someone who truly loved you.
Mrs. Aurora, please. Tell me where Ron went. I really want to see him.
Mia. Shouldn't you, his wife, know where he went? Why are you asking me, his colleague?
I just want to find him and ask him some things clearly.
It seems you still don't understand what you did wrong. And even if I did, without his permission, I wouldn't tell you. Please leave.
Ron. Are you really planning to disappear from my world completely?
Heimdall, what's going on? Why is the Rainbow Bridge broken? Maybe the Rainbow Bridge hasn't been repaired for thousands of years, so it's having a small issue. It's nothing serious. It just needs some time to fix.
How long?
A few days if it's quick. If it's slow, 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months?
Keep your voice down. Why are you yelling? Father has already appointed Ron as the new god of Tempest. If you need 2 or 3 months to fix the Rainbow Bridge, doesn't that mean we can't bring him back for 2 or 3 months? This is your negligence. You can't just let it go.
I'll fix it as quickly as possible. As for Ron, I'll personally apologize and explain everything to him, then bring him back to Asgard as soon as I can. No. An apology isn't enough. You have to compensate him.
Fine. I have some friendship with the dwarf brothers Brocker and Eitri. After Ron becomes a god, I'll ask them to forge him an artifact like your Mjolnir as compensation. How's that?
That's more like it. He'll have just become a god, so he won't have an artifact yet. Fine, now hurry up and leave. With the Rainbow Bridge broken, the connection between Asgard and the mortal world is cut off. I need to fix it quickly, or the Allfather will punish me. Fine, I'll go first. Freya? What are you doing at the Rainbow Bridge?
The Allfather arranged my marriage to Ron, but I know nothing about this future husband of mine. So I'm going down to the mortal world to meet him.
Freya, the Allfather has ordered that gods may not descend to the mortal world without permission. Are you planning to violate divine law?
Heimdall, I heard everything you just said to Thor. You wouldn't want the Allfather to find out about your negligence, would you?
Even if I agreed, the Rainbow Bridge is broken right now. I can't send you to the mortal world.
Funny. I seem to remember. The Rainbow Bridge summoning and transport functions are separate. Not being able to bring Ron on up doesn't mean you can't send me down. Does it?
You even know that? Fine. I'll send you. I need to fix the Rainbow Bridge quickly. Luckily, only Freya knows about this. If the All finds out, I'll definitely be punished.
If you're borrowing books, give me your card.
Mrs. Aurora. Hi.
Ron, you're back! Didn't you say you were leaving Blackstone City? Why are you back?
Something unexpected happened. I may have to leave later than planned. I have nowhere else to go, so I had no choice but to come back to you. Aurora, am I welcome here?
Of course you are. You're knowledgeable and capable. When you were here, everything in the library was perfectly organized. Those were my easiest days. The moment you left, everything fell apart.
Then leave all this to me. I promise I'll have it sorted out soon.
Then I'll trouble you with it. Ron, I've never doubted your abilities. With what you're capable of, being a library assistant is honestly a waste. Should I speak to the principal and see if we can get you a substitute teaching position?
Compared to teaching students, I prefer the relaxed atmosphere of the library.
Fine, suit yourself. Oh, by the way, your ex-wife Mia came to the school a couple of days ago asking where you were.
Don't worry about her. We're already divorced.
All right, since you're back, I can safely leave this place to you. I have something to take care of, so I'll head out first.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Miss Aurora. I'm here to interview for the library assistant position.
I know Aurora well. Here at Allison University, nobody knows her better than me. Gorgeous. Come with me. I'll take you to her.
No need. I can ask myself.
It's your first time here. You don't know the place? I can save you a lot of time.
No, thank you.
No one at this school has ever rejected me this many times. Come on, gorgeous. Show me some respect. James liking you is an honor. Exactly. James's family has a villa and a luxury pool. If you agree to be his girlfriend, you can live in a mansion and swim in a luxury pool.
I'm not interested in any of that. A god is sacred and inviolable. The moment this mortal's hand touches me, he will be burned by divine fire.
Did no one ever teach you? When you hit on a girl and she says no, you stop pestering her.
Kid, you want to stick your nose where it doesn't belong? You're asking to die.
You offended this girl. Apologize to her.
You want me to apologize to her?
Of course.
He wants me to apologize. Tell him who I am. James is the captain of our school football team. His father is Principal Theodore. If you know what's good for you, let James go right now. My dad is the principal. If you offend me, you won't last at this school. Are you two blind? Hurry up and get me down. Kids, stop meddling. Believe me, with one word, I can kick you out of this school. Fine. I'd like to see how you'll make me unable to stay here. You dare mess with me? Get him! Teach this arrogant punk a lesson. Think carefully before you do. This is a school, and schools have rules. Fighting gets you expelled. What are you afraid of? My dad is the principal. If anything happens, I'll take responsibility. These arrogant campus bullies. Looks like if I don't teach them a lesson, this won't end today. Stop! James, are you bullying people again? Noah! You again! James, your dad may be the principal, but this school doesn't belong to your family. You can't use his power to bully people. And I won't stand by while you bully Ron and ruin the football team's reputation. Enough, Noah. If it weren't for your father being on the board, I would have made you pay a long time ago for getting in my way so many times. How about this? We settle it on the football field. If you win, I'll pretend this never happened. If you lose, stay out of it when I teach him a lesson. Scared now? If you don't dare, then get lost. You're just on the reserve team. Can you dare challenge the official team? If you're afraid to lose, then get lost. Stop embarrassing yourself. Your reserve team will never beat our official team anyway. Noah, why not accept? I coach the reserve team. They're the official school team. The gap in skill is too big. We can't win. Accept it. I can make him win. When you said you could help me win, you meant you'd play yourself? Don't worry. Leave this match to me. I guarantee you'll win. At this point, I guess I can only trust you.
This has nothing to do with you. You really didn't need to come.
No. This started because of me. I can't just stand by and do nothing.
Sue yourself.
So this is Ron, the one I came to the mortal world to find. And by coincidence, he just saved me. A god playing football with a divine body. This is pure domination. These mortals can't possibly win.
Well, look who we have here. Noah, letting an untrained skinny guy play football is definitely the dumbest decision you've ever made. I'm gonna make you lose badly. Save the useless trash talk for after the game. Kid, you offended me. I'll make sure you don't walk off this field.
Stay sharp! Don't even let him survive the first quarter! Stop him! Stop him now!
Holy crap! He just knocked 3 defenders flying at once!
That's not human strength! Touchdown confirmed. Extra point is good. Score 7-0.
Impossible. He's so thin. How can he be that fast and that strong?
Just as expected, mortals cannot defeat a god.
Forget all tactics. The entire team. The marks run the whole time. Stop him catching the ball at all costs. Ready? Set. Box him in, hurry, box him in!
A miracle. This is definitely a miracle. He can run while dragging 5 people? With physical ability like that, he could play in the Super Bowl.
Impossible! This is impossible! Why is his body as hard as stone?
The match is over.
This isn't over, Ron. Just wait. I won't let you get away with this! Dad! Someone bullied me!
What? Someone dared bully you? Wait there. I'm coming right now.
My dad's coming right now. Kid, you're finished.
Looks like the lesson wasn't enough. You forgot 2 school rules. No harassing girls and no bullying classmates. Break either one and you get suspended for a month. You broke both.
My dad is the principal. Who's gonna punish me?
Your father is the principal. Under normal circumstances, no one can touch you. But above the principal is the school board. And above the school board is the chairman. When your father gets here, I'll ask him what should happen when someone violates school rules.
My dad is the principal. And you think you can use school rules against me? Once my dad gets here, I'll have him expel you immediately.
Fine. I'd like to see how you plan to expel me.
Ron, maybe you should just leave first. A wise man doesn't fight when the odds are against him. James's dad is extremely protective of him. Once he gets here, you'll definitely be in trouble.
No need. He says he's going to throw me out of the school, so I'd like to see how he plans to do that.
But the principal's coming soon. You're finished. The principal is someone you can't afford to offend. If you apologize now, there's still time. It's too late for apologies now. You hurt me like this over some random woman. Once my dad gets here, not only will I throw you out of school, I'll hire the best lawyers and send both of you to prison.
A spoiled mortal brat actually thinks he can use worldly power to impress a god. What a ridiculous fantasy.
James, who did this to you?
Dad, it was him. He's the one who hurt me.
I don't care who it is. Anyone who dares bully my son is getting expelled and thrown out of this school!
Theodore, did you just say you want to expel me and throw me out of the school?
Mr. Ron? Why is it you?
It's me. I'm the one who caused all his injuries. So, are you going to expel me and throw me out of the school?
No, Mr. Ron, you misunderstand. That's impossible.
Why is the principal being so polite to some lowly library assistant? Does this Ron guy have some hidden identity or something?
Who exactly is Ron? Why is the principal treating him with so much respect?
Could it be that this principal knows Ron is a god?
Dad, he's just a regular library assistant. Why are you being so respectful to him? Dad, why did you hit me?
Apologize to Mr. Ron immediately!
He's the one who bullied me and injured me like this. Why should I apologize?
You little bastard! Did you not hear me? Apologize to Mr. Ron! I'm not apologizing!
You refuse? Fine. Then from today on, I no longer have a son like you.
Dad, I'll apologize, okay? I'll apologize.
That's better.
Sorry. Louder! Didn't you eat today?
That's enough, Principal. Don't hit him anymore.
Mr. Ron, this is all my fault for spoiling this useless son of mine. That's why he dared offend you. You are absolutely right to teach him a lesson.
I'm not someone who abuses power to bully others, so I need to make the situation clear to you. It's true that I caused his injuries, but I didn't attack him intentionally. He insisted on competing with me in football, and he got hurt during the game. Besides that, he also violated 2 school rules, harassing female students and bullying classmates. Handle it as you see fit.
Understood, Mr. Ron. I'll punish him according to school regulations. He will be suspended for 1 month and banned from entering the campus during that time.
Why am I the one getting banned from school? He's the one who bullied me.
Mr. Ron, do you have any other requests?
No. I'm fairly satisfied with how you handled this. But you need to discipline him properly from now on. Luckily for him, he ran into me today. If it had been an ordinary student, they wouldn't have been able to resist at all. If something like this happens again, I'll have a talk with Robert.
Don't worry, Mr. Ron. I'll make sure to discipline him properly in the future. There's no need to trouble Chairman Robert over this. Don't worry, Mr. Ron. I'll make sure to discipline him properly in the future. There's no need to trouble Chairman Robert over this. And you two, get lost! If I ever see you fooling around with James again and leading him astray, you can forget about staying in this school too!
Yes, Principal, we're leaving right now. We'll never follow James around again. Please don't expel us, Principal!
Mr. Ron, I'll take him away now.
Go ahead.
Ron, who exactly are you? Why would a biased principal like him treat you so respectfully?
Nothing special. I just happen to know Mr. Robert, the chairman of Allison University's board.
So that's it. Robert is the chairman of the board. Even my father has to show him respect. No wonder the principal disciplined James.
I just got lucky.
By the way, with physical ability like yours, why not join our reserve football team? With you leading us, we could definitely crush the official team. Maybe we could even make it to the Super Bowl.
No thanks. I'm not interested in that sort of thing. Fair enough. If you were interested, you probably would have gone pro already. Anyway, thanks for what you did today.
I should be the one thanking you.
There were plenty of people in the library, but you were the only one who stood up for me.
Ron, our reserve team beat the official team, and everyone's excited. We're throwing a celebration party. Want to come?
I'll pass. Have fun though.
All right then. I'll head out first.
Let me properly introduce myself. My name is Freya.
Ron, assistant librarian at Allison University. You're not ordinary, are you? You came from Asgard?
What sharp instincts. I'm the wife chosen for you by your father, the All-Father.
Dad, isn't Ron just a library assistant? Did you really need to treat him with so much respect and beat me up over him?
No. Mr. Ron's identity is far more than just a library assistant.
But in this school, the only person above you is the chairman of the board. Even regular board members don't compare to you. What kind of person could make you respect him that much? I get it. Does this Ron guy know Chairman Robert?
Mr. Ron's status is far more prestigious than simply being Chairman Robert's friend. Even Chairman Robert himself has to curry favor with him. From now on, whenever you see him, walk the other way. If he were only Robert's friend, do you think I would have been that afraid of him earlier?
Then who exactly is he?
Chairman Robert.
Even the chairman of our school's board is treating him with that much respect? Who exactly is he?
You only need to know one thing. Mr. Ron is no ordinary mortal. You could even say Allison University exists because of him.
What?
Do you remember the founder's statue in the school history museum?
I remember now. The founder's statue looked exactly like Ron. Is his ancestor the founder of Allison University?
If he were only the founder's descendant, I would respect him, but I would never fear him like this.
Then why does he look exactly like the founder's statue?
I investigated Mr. Ron. Some of what I discovered was terrifying. It's very possible that Allison University was founded by him personally.
That's impossible. Allison University is over 300 years old. How could anyone live for more than 300 years?
Humans can't. But what about gods?
Gods?
If someone has walked the mortal world for over 1,000 years without aging or dying, what else could he be? Mr. Ron, are you satisfied with how Principal Theodore handled the situation? If not, I can propose replacing him at the next board meeting.
Since he admits his mistake and promised to discipline his son properly, let's leave it at that.
As long as you're satisfied, Mr. Ron, then I won't disturb you, intense young lady, any further.
All right. Go take care of your business.
Who was that man just now?
The chairman of Allison University's board.
Even the chairman treats you with that much respect. Don't tell me you founded this university.
That's right. I founded it myself. Give it a try.
This is excellent. I didn't expect you to have such impressive mortal skills.
That's the first time anyone's ever complimented my coffee.
What? Your mortal ex-wife rarely complimented you?
Rarely. Sorry. Even though you're the fiancée my father chose for me, I just got out of a relationship. I'm not ready to start another one yet.
I understand. But this marriage was decreed by the All-Father. I can't defy his will. That's why I came to Midrov to meet my future husband. You stood up for someone weaker than you. I have to admit, that impressed me. I think I like you a little already. I know you just got divorced and don't want another relationship right away, but mortals are mortals. You are Odin's son, and Asgard's new god. She was never worthy of you. We are gods. We have endless lives ahead of us. Given enough time, I'm sure you'll come to like me too.
What are your plans now?
I snuck down to Midward, remember? Obviously, I'm going to wait for Heimdall to repair the Bifrost. When he comes to bring you back to Asgard, I'll return with you. As for the meantime, I'd like to work here as a library assistant, just like you.
Aurora is the head librarian. If you want to work here, you'll have to pass her interview and get her approval.
Ron, let's not pretend. You founded this entire university. If you want me to stay here, that's a one-sentence decision for someone of your status.
Even though I founded the school, I rarely use that authority. You know why? A god's lifespan would terrify mortals. Still, since you're asking, I'll arrange it.
That's more like it. Then we're co-works now. Here's to a pleasant partnership.
Here's to a pleasant partnership.
Ron! I finally found you!
You, how'd you find me?
Come on, Ron. Come home with me.
Home? Back to the Rayner family so I can keep serving all of you? We're divorced. Stop bothering me.
Why are you being so heartless? Do you have any idea how hard I've searched for you?
Heartless? You searching for me was your choice. We're over.
But we've talked about divorce before. We never actually went through with it. Why did you insist on it this time?
Because I was a fool back then. I still had hope for us. Now I finally accepted reality. The moment we divorced, our relationship ended.
No! Without my permission, I refuse to let you divorce me.
I think Ron is right. You should stop looking for him. The two of you were never part of the same world. Who are you? I'm his fiancé.
What? Ron, you're only doing this to make me regret losing you, right? You hired her to lie to me.
I don't have that much free time. I'm not interested in childish games like that.
You used to love me so much. We've barely been divorced. How could you already have a fiancé?
I did love you. Past tense. We're divorced now. Accept reality.
My name is Freya. I'm the fiancé chosen for Ron by his father.
No, that's impossible. Ron doesn't have a family. We've been together for years. If he had family, I would have known.
You never met his family because they live in a place completely cut off from the world. A place cut off from the world? You mean the countryside? That actually makes sense. They knew the gap between our families was too big, so they never came to Blackstone City. Not even when Ron got married. Ron, she's beautiful, but she's still just a country girl. Are you really willing to give up the comfortable life the Rain family offered for someone like her? That's adorable. What are you laughing at? Your arrogance. A country girl? You aren't entirely wrong. There is a massive gap between you and Ryan. You just have it backwards. Backwards? What do you mean? Don't you understand yet? It's not that Ron wasn't worthy of you. You're the one who were never worthy of him.
Typical country girl. You have no idea how huge the gap is between ordinary people and elite families.
Enough, Mia. You're still just as arrogant as ever. Have you ever considered that everything you're so proud of exists because of me?
Ron, are you saying the Rain family and my success as Blackstone City's business queen all came from you?
I've told you before. The Rain family prospered because I protected it from the shadows. Otherwise, do you really think you could have held on to that empire in a business world this ruthless?
Your shamelessness disgusts me. I was actually considering forgiving you and letting you come back to the Reinen family. I've changed my mind.
I've already told you. The moment we divorced, it was over. You're the only one who still hasn't accepted it.
Exactly. I'm the woman who'll be his wife now, not you. You have no idea what an extraordinary man you threw away.
Fine! He's amazing! You can have him! A man with no career who spends all day revolving around a woman means nothing to me. And if everything I've achieved and everything the Rain family built really came from you, then I don't want any of it.
She's just an ignorant mortal woman. Don't let it bother you.
I'm not bothered. I just realize now that I treated her too well. When something comes too easily, people never learn to value it.
Even if you showed her the truth, she probably wouldn't believe it. Years of success and prosperity have made her arrogant. She thinks she's above everyone else.
Which is why I'm going to show her reality.
And how do you plan to do that?
Marcus, I'll be visiting the Carter family in a few days. There are a few things I need you and the other 5 great families to do.
Come on, Edward. Try this. I've been saving this royal salute for years. It's worth a fortune.
Not bad, Uncle.
Edward, now that Mia's divorced, you can pursue her openly. Our families should spend more time together from now on.
Of course, Aunt Lena. Actually, I came here specifically to see Mia. By the way, where is she?
She just stepped out. She'll be back soon.
That's right. Just wait a little longer.
Mia, come over here. Edward came specifically to see you.
Mia, stop right there. Don't you see we have guests?
I know.
There were some problems within my family recently. I wasn't ignoring Mia on purpose. A very important person arrived in Blackstone City, and my grandfather ordered everyone in the family to stay home and wait for instructions.
You don't need to explain yourself. Do you really think I've been cold towards you because you haven't visited lately?
Isn't that the reason? Isn't that the reason?
Of course not.
Then what is?
Are you really that clueless? Or are you pretending? Edward, I spent the last 2 days investigating how the Carter family selected its business partners, and I learned some interesting things.
Mia, let me explain.
Go ahead. I'd love to hear this explanation. Ron may be arrogant, but he wasn't lying about this. You have almost no influence in the Carter family. You weren't the one who secured that partnership for the Rain family.
Mia, I admit I lied. The person who helped the Raina family partner with the Carter family was a very important figure. But I only lied because I liked you much.
The word love sounds disgusting coming from you. The moment you lied to me, there was no future for us.
Mia, could there be some misunderstanding here?
Exactly.
If there is, let him explain it to you.
Excuse me, that's my grandfather calling.
Go ahead.
What? That important figure is visiting the Carter family tomorrow? What? That important figure is visiting the Carter family tomorrow?
That's right. Tomorrow I'll be hosting a banquet at the Isabella Private Museum. The heads of the other families in Blackstone City will be attending as well to welcome this distinguished guest. Edward, I've been paying attention to your recent performance. I'm impressed. I'd like to introduce you to this distinguished guest personally. That's why I'm calling. Make sure you're there on time.
Thank you, Grandpa. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Mia, Uncle Arthur, Aunt Lena, something important came up. That distinguished guest is visiting, and the family need to prepare banquet. I should go.
Wait. Edward, I'm very interested in this distinguished guest. If you take me to meet them, I'll let the matter of your deception go.
Someone who commands even Marcus Carter's respect must be extraordinary. Edward, we'd like to meet them too.
Edward, don't you like Mia? Or were all those things you said before a lie?
All right. It was built to commemorate an important figure, me. Once you're inside, if anyone asks, just say you came with me. I have duties at the help welcome to the distinguished guest. Go on ahead.
Sorry, Edward. We won't cause any trouble.
Exactly. Don't you trust us? We'll head in first.
Strange. Why is this museum filled with broken statues, carvings, and murals?
See? You didn't know this. I looked it up online. Not only is the Isabella Museum the biggest private mirror in Blackstone City, it's also dedicated entire relics connected to ancient gods.
Relics of gods?
What relics of gods? Why are these wealthy families so superstitious?
Exactly. Just like Grandpa was.
Gods. Why does everything keep coming back to gods? I don't know either. Maybe Lucas is right. The more power and status people have, the more they believe in gods.
Forget it. Who cares about gods? It's our first time in a museum this fancy. Let's just enjoy ourselves and treat it like a sightseeing trip.
Emily, Lucas, don't you think these statues look like someone?
Like who? Ron?
Exactly. Ron. That's why they looked familiar. Wait, these statues look exactly like the man in Grandpa's painting, too.
What, are we supposed to believe Ron is actually a god?
Impossible. If he were a god, why would he marry Mia and spend 5 years serving our family? Impossible. That's impossible. There are no gods.
Freya, isn't it a little inappropriate for us to sneak in like this?
Why? Would you rather have a crowd of mortals following us around and ruining the fun?
Fair point.
This museum was built by the mortals you helped, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Then why is it called the Isabella Museum?
Isabella was the name of the Carter family's ancestor. I saved her once and helped her establish the Carter family.
She definitely had feelings for you, didn't she? Otherwise, why would she build a museum in her own name just to preserve things connected to you? Looks like our new god has quite a romantic history.
What nonsense are you talking about? I only ever saw her as a friend.
A mortal woman fell in love with a son of the gods who didn't love her back. She must have carried that regret her entire life. Doesn't that make you a heartbreaker?
Funny, though. Our cold and distant new god ended up falling for a mortal woman himself.
Freya.
All right, I'll stop teasing you. Let's keep looking around. I wonder when the descendants of your old friend are finally going to start this banquet.
So that's it, Ron, you ungrateful bastard! No wonder you insisted on divorcing Mia. You already had your next woman lined up.
Ron, you're going to explain yourself right now.
Me and I are divorced. Whether I have another woman in my life is none of your business.
These are the parents of your foolish ex-wife?
That's right.
No wonder your ex-wife is so ignorant. Looks like she inherited their genes.
What did you just say? Lina!
You dare raise your hands against a god? There are consequences for insulting the divine.
Ron! What are you doing?
Edward, did you see anyone go inside?
No. I can't let Grandpa find out about Mia and the others.
The distinguished guest just informed me that he's already inside.
That's impossible. I've been standing here the whole time. Nobody went in.
That lord possesses powers beyond imagination. If he doesn't want to be seen, nobody will see him. Come on, let's go inside.
All right.
Ron, I thought you were capable of something yourself. Turns out you're only brave because you've got a woman fighting your battles. No wonder you're so confident. Honestly, I think even less of you now. Looks like she misunderstood.
Think whatever you want.
What's going on here?
Edward, you've got to stand up for us!
Exactly! Look at what Ron and that woman did. They almost killed us and wrecked your family's museum.
Ron. It's you.
What are you standing around for? Can't you see what they've done to the museum? Get them!
Grandpa, why did you hit me?
Because you're a blind idiot! You don't even recognize the great benefactor of our family, yet you're siding with outsiders?
The great benefactor of our family? You mean him? Ron?
How dare you? Who gave you permission to address Lord Ron by name?
How did these people get in here? I don't remember inviting them.
Grandpa, I let them in.
Get out of my sight. I'll deal with you later.
Mr. Marcus, hello. I'm Mia Rhine, head of the Rhine family. I personally came to Carter Tower to sign our contract before.
Mia Rhine, head of the Rhine family? Never heard of you.
Mr. Marcus! The Rain family is one of Blackstone City's 7 great families. How can you be so rude?
There have only ever been 6 great families in Blackstone City. Never 7. If your family hadn't produced an exceptional man like old William, and if Lord Ron hadn't personally spoke on your behalf and asked me to look after you, the opportunity to work with the Carter family would have never gone to the Rain family in the first place.
He called you Lord Ron. The head of the Carter family treats you with that much respect. Do you really have some hidden identity?
Exactly. You've been hiding things from Mia all this time.
Looks like you never really loved her. You never told her the truth about anything.
I've told you the truth many times. You just never believed me.
You fools have no idea. Everything you possess today was given to you by Lord Ron. Without his protection, the Rain family would have disappeared long ago.
Have the other 5 families arrived? Prize. I asked you all here today because I need your help with something.
Our 6 families owe you an enormous debt. Whatever you need, just say the word.
Our ancestors all benefited from your kindness. Your business is our business.
That's right. Please give us your instruction.
Good. Then I won't stand on ceremony. Marcus will explain the details.
Lord Ron wishes for us to terminate every business partnership we have with the Rain family and drive the Rhine family into bankruptcy.
The 6 great families may be powerful, but you're not gods. Even if every one of you cuts ties with us, that doesn't mean the Rhine family will go bankrupt.
Exactly. I don't believe you can bankrupt us.
If we were that easy to destroy, we'd have gone bankrupt years ago. Frogs at the bottom of a hell. I'll lead the way. As of this moment, every agreement between the Carter family and the Rhine family is null and void.
Lord Ron, give us a moment.
Notifies everyone immediately. Terminate his will with Rain family.
Terminate everything. Cut off all business ties with the Rain family at once.
Chairwoman, this is bad. All 6 family have simultaneously terminated their partnerships with the Rhine family. Every purchase order has been canceled, and several of our active mines have been attacked by gangs. Our cash flow has collapsed. We've suffered massive losses, and the company is on the verge of bankruptcy.
How could this happen? Wait. The bank loans. As long as we can secure financing, we can survive this crisis. A few days ago, Mr. Seth, the president of National Wealth Bank, offered me a $5 billion loan. I'll call him right now. Mr. Seth, perfect timing. About that loan you offered us before, the Rain family desperately needs it now. Could you...
I'm sorry. We were willing to lend to the Rain family because your business was operating well. But now that all 6 major families have severed ties with you, your outlook is extremely unfortunate. That loan cannot be approved.
You were practically begging me to take the loan before. Now that I actually need it, you're refusing? How can you do this?
Given the Rain family's current situation, not only will we not issue any new loans, but we also require immediate repayment of all existing debt. The total outstanding balance is $3.23 billion.
But we don't have that kind of cash. How are we supposed to repay it?
If you're unable to repay the debt, the bank will automatically begin asset foreclosure procedures. The Rain family has officially entered the countdown to bankruptcy liquidation. This is your bankruptcy notice.
The Rain family is finished.
Lord Ron, our founder and chairman, Mr. Jasper, has long admired your reputation. He has personally traveled to Blackstone City and hopes to have dinner with you. Would it be possible for him to meet you?
Jasper, the billionaire founder of National Wealth Bank? He came all the way to Blackstone City just to meet Ron?
I'm busy. I have no interest in meeting strangers.
Understood. I'll relay your answer to Mr. Jasper. We won't disturb you any further.
The founder of National Wealth Bank personally came to Blackstone City just to meet Ron. And Ron turned him down?
Who exactly is Ron?
If Ron really is someone that powerful, after the way we treated him, we're finished. All of us.
Could it really be true? Was the Rain family successful all these years because of his protection? With a single sentence, you made all 6 great families cut ties with us and push the Rhine family into bankruptcy. Even Jasper traveled thousands of miles just for the chance to meet you. Ron, who are you?
This entire Isabella Museum was built by Isabella, founder of the Carter family, to honor Lord Ron. Who do you think he is?
Could he really be?
Sometimes I'm amazed by your stupidity. This was an opportunity the 6 great families could only dream of, and you threw it away. You have no idea what you've lost. You lost the chance to become the wife of a god.
How tragic. You never even knew who he really was. So he really is a god. And you're not an ordinary person either, are you?
Of course not. My name is Freya. I'm his future wife.
I remember. In mythology, Freya is the goddess of beauty, love, and fertility.
The Ron we've been making fun of all these years was actually a god?
Impossible! That useless Ron can't be a god!
We didn't really do anything unforgivable to Ron, right? Maybe we should just apologize and move on.
Lord Ron, Emily and I only came back recently. We weren't involved in most of what happened. If we treated you badly, it was because Mia influenced us. Please be magnificent and don't hold it against us.
That's right. We never truly meant any harm.
Ignore them. I've never taken them seriously enough to hate them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your generosity, Ron.
Maybe we should apologize too.
You're right.
Ron and Mia were married once, and he's helped our family so much. There's no grudge that can't be resolved.
Lord Ron, we were wrong. We never should have treated you the way we did. Please forgive us. We're only mortals. Don't stoop to our level.
Mia, hurry up and apologize. If Ron says a single word on our behalf, the Rain family might still be saved.
Apologize to him? Never.
Mia, why won't you listen? It's just an apology. Just swallow your pride.
Just an apology, just swallow my pride. Easy for you to say. Ron? So everything you said was true. In your eyes, I've been a joke this entire time, but you never told me who you really were either. Maybe you never loved me at all.
If I told you outright that I was a god, you would have thought I was insane.
If I didn't believe you, why didn't you prove it?
That's exactly what I'm doing now. I've finally shown you the truth. But by the time you were willing to see it, we were already over. Honestly, if you hadn't pushed things this far, I wouldn't have bothered proving anything at all.
That's right. Heimdall must have repaired it. He's come to bring us back to Asgard.
Lord Ron, you're leaving?
I'm Odin's son, a divine bloodline left in the mortal world. Not long ago, my father appointed me the new god of thunderstorms. Delays kept me here, but now it's time for us to return to Asgard.
Lord Ron, is there anything left for us to do in the mortal world?
No. Just continue as before.
Ron! Don't you have anything you want to say to me?
Goodbye, Mia. We will never meet again in this lifetime. Next time you fall in love, I hope you've learned how to respect the person who loves you.
Ron! Come back! I regret everything! I'll apologize! I'll admit I was wrong! Please come back!
So this is the legendary Biffagar?
That's right. This is the Bifgar.
Ron, you finally returned. Fortunately, the Biflo was repaired before the Ascension ceremony. If we'd missed it, I would have been in serious trouble.
This is Heimdall, the guardian of the Bifrog, and the god responsible for guiding us back to Asgard.
Your timing is perfect. The God King and the gods have prepared an Ascension ceremony for Ron. It begins at the Golden Palace in 2 hours. You should head there immediately. What's an Ascension ceremony?
Every new god must undergo one before officially becoming divine. You'll ignite your god fire at the ceremony. Only then will you truly become a god. Let's hurry. If we're late, the king of the gods won't be pleased.
Then let's go.
Ron, you spent 1,000 years tempering yourself in the mortal world. You value loyalty and honor your promises. By the authority of the God King, I now appoint you as Asgard's god of thunderstorms.
Thank you, Father.
Step forward and ignite the god fire.
Such immense divine power. It seems my judgment was correct. Asgard has gained another mighty god.
This is Storm's spear, the divine weapon I promised Thor I would have forged for you. Thank you.
The god of thunderstorms has officially ascended!